Okay, so today we're gonna be looking at sniping in Clan War League. I'm gonna be hitting on my 11 here. Show you guys how it's done. So there's generally two types of methods I like to do for hitting. There's the Queen Charge Baby Drag, or just the baby mass baby drags, or there's the Electro Dragon, which I don't see a lot of people use. So I'm gonna be focusing more on that one today. Um, so here, let me just get this started. So so here we see that these air defenses are close to these storages, so these can be chained actually by the Electro Dragon. And a lot of times, this one you can see that it actually doesn't work, but a lot of times when you rage up the Electro Dragon, um, it's actually able to take down the air defense with its chains. So all these air defenses are, there's only one tile in between this and this, so and the chain goes from, I think it's the highest hit points that it moves from. So it's gonna go boom, 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 boom right here, and it's gonna hit this. This one actually, there's too many chains. I think each chain it gets the damage gets lower. So this one isn't actually able to destroy the air defense, but it's still a good example. See, here we go. Start off, we put the Coco Loon in. This one's actually able to take that down because of that loon. Then just get some perimeters over here. See, it's actually super low. This is a level third. This is a Town Hall level 13 air defense. So if you're hitting like a 12 or 11, these will definitely go down. If you have level 2 Electro Dragon. Here I'm just trying to kill the headhunters, but I kind of fail. And then basically, I'm just trying to snipe off the air defenses first. Generally, it's best to blimp the Town Hall last, because that's where the CC is, and you don't want to get the CC pull, but as you can tell, I accidentally got the CC pull. And yeah, I'm trying to get this last one, but I kind of fail. But it's all good. And destroying this stuff over here. So then you just kind of, once you get the air defenses down, you kind of just see where there's good chain value here. There's really good chain value right here with these buildings. Oops. I like to send my heroes in with the blimp to be able to put in the barbarians from the king's ability and to get the blimp in the warden ability too. And like it just preserves the hero's life longer. And I drop it right before the airsweeper pushes it back. And inside the blimp is a sneaky goblins to try to take it down. But as you can see, I kind of did it too early. So even though they're supposed to be able to withstand having the tornado trap activated, this one kind of fails. So this is an example of what to not do. It's better to hold on to the ability, the warden ability, longer because then you have more time to, if there is a tornado trap, to have them, come out. So here, this is a really good example of when you should want to use Electro Dragons. Like right here, this, if you get an E-Drag here with the Rage, that's going to take that down easy. This one, going to go boom, boom, boom right here. And it's going to be able to take that down. Same with this one. So these, I just, focus with getting the air defense first. Sometimes I drop the Rage first. Sometimes I drop the E-Drag first. It doesn't really matter. As long as they get a hit off. But yeah, then I start down here. Just focus on getting the air defenses down first. That's some really good chain value there. I think I start this one next. Yeah, this one, there's a few buildings around here, so try to funnel a little bit with that. As you can tell, that one kind of failed. But it's okay if it does. Yeah, see this one. I don't think this one actually gets it, but Yeah, that cocoa loon. Generally with this composition, I like to bring 4 loons, but it really depends. If you're like a 10 or a 12, if you can bring more loons, it's probably better. Generally, um, you should place your loon before you place your E-drag, just in case there's a seeking air mine. But right here, after you get the air defenses down, you kind of just push for the town hall. This one, actually, I probably didn't even need the blimp, so I could have probably brought a flame flinger somewhere else to get more value, but you can kind of just do that to be safe. Um, yeah, the sneakies get it easy. The composition of this inside the blimp is if you have 8 sneaky goblins, that's able to take down the town hall. And then I like to bring 2 minions so that the scatter shots don't target the sneakies, because I also put goblins in to trigger the traps. So the goblins come out first, and then the minions come out, which get the target for the scatters, so they won't hit the sneaky goblins that come out after, as you can see here. And then I generally don't bring a poison because I'm blimping the town hall last, so I'm getting the CC pool last. And if you get like super minions and stuff, it's super hard to deal with them. So I like to just bring freezes or rage to maximize on that. And hold up here. This one is also 1 tile, so we can get that with the raged up E-drag. This one's kind of iffy. It would be okay to do baby drags, like a queen charge baby drag on this too, because air defenses are kind of within the base a little more. And you see this one didn't even get that one. I don't know if I got any of the air defenses on this one actually, but it's still really strong because the rage and the E-drag chain, if there's good chain value, really you can get a lot of buildings down, and that's a lot of percentage. And this is 11 hit and a 14, which I don't think you will be doing too much of. I think you'll be hitting like 2 town hall hires up or something. So this is like, although it's not max, this is like extreme case scenarios. But if there is really good chain potential, the raged up electro dragons can do a lot of damage. So that's great. And here you can tell that this is kind of baited. There's a lot of traps here, so make sure you deploy your cocoa loons before your E-drags. Yeah, I'm just trying to get some percentage here. If you can get the eagle artillery with your electro drags, you should, because those dish out a lot of damage. But it doesn't really matter because those are kind of protected. So here you can see you put the heroes together to maximize them. You should probably save 1 loon to check for traps before you send the blimp out. You see here, this one actually triggers the tornado trap here, and the freeze, it really doesn't matter. It doesn't require the freeze at all. See, after that, the sneakies get in, and then you don't need a spell. You can use a Yeti blimp, a Yeti bomb if you want, but that requires a rage, and sometimes they don't get the town hall if they're distracted by heroes. So the sneakies are actually, I find them more reliable. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see. Okay, so now we see this is a baby drag. Hold up. Okay, so these ones, the chain, there is good chain value around here, kind of, but you won't be able to hit the air defenses with the chain. This one you can, but all 3 of these you can't. This one you can too, but so I decided to use the queen charge baby drags, and you don't want your queen going into like crazy places. Like I kind of do. I kind of put her in here, but these ground bulls right here are going to hurt your queen a lot. And there's a single here, and you kind of want to avoid having your queen go through heavy parts of the base, but just look for areas that she can get a lot of buildings, especially in the perimeter, because you don't want her going into the base, I find, because once you get her into the base, there's a lot more defenses you got to deal with. So here I'm just trying to get her to walk probably down all the way over here or so to get all these defenses, because then her healers will be safe too, because the air defenses aren't too closed. And sorry, while you're doing this, you want to use your baby jacks to fun a little bit in the beginning to have your queen go where you want, and make sure you're dropping your loons before you drop your healers. Just so that if they're like baits or traps, they don't get hit by them. And when I place my healers, I want to place them as far as possible away from the air defenses. So you can see I place them at that angle there. The queen should walk downwards. And I kind of put the king down here to get rid of the air defense there, but it wasn't really necessary. You could have used the king somewhere else, but you can use the king to funnel the queen, or you can just use them to get percentage most of the time. So here, this is what I was talking about. These three targets right here onto the queen. So it's pretty dangerous. So bring a freeze for the queen charge ones. I do bring 3 freezes or 5 in the CC because it's really hard to keep her alive when you're hitting higher up. And here, she's gonna be struggling to hit these. So I just put the warden with it. Make sure I keep her alive with the blimp. And yeah, this was actually I probably should have dropped it before those bombs hit, but it still reached, so it's all good. See, this one actually, the scatter shot hit those goblins right there, but because of the minions, they don't hit the sneakies, so it's able to go down. And then I was pretty invested in the queen, so I didn't really use the baby drags until after. But if you're not hitting like a crazy hard base, you can use the baby drags along. Once the eagle's activated, you can use your baby drags around to just get the perimeter. You see here. You don't want to go too far into the base. Just get like these easy buildings right here for percentage. It shouldn't be too bad. Let's just get that. See, what should be left should be mostly just defenses, like army camps, builder huts, all that. Those are easy percentages, so try to get those with the baby drags. All right, we just looked at that one. Yeah, let's see. So this one is another perfect candidate for the E-Drags. Here you see this one can get chained, and this one can get chained too from here. This one can also get chained, and so can this one. And yeah, I just try to maximize on the rages. You can bring 6 if you want, but I would keep a freezer for the sweepers if they're pushing towards the town hall. But generally, you can kind of avoid that by hitting it differently to just avoid hitting the sweeper. Yeah, see right there, you chain it up, take that down, and then once you get that air defense down, the E-Drag can get a lot of percentage. So it's really good. It's really strong. Yeah, I just trying to. This one I focus more a little on the Eagle Artillery just to show you that it can be done. But I think I kind of focused a little too much on it, so it kind of ended up wasting troops that I could have used to get some percentage elsewhere. Yeah, see here right here. There's some great chain right here. Oh yeah, feels so good. Now this guy gets that one. Yeah, and if you have rages left over, you can kind of just use them to get percentage anywhere, really. Just be sure that there's good chaining value. That's the biggest concern. And if you put that rage down, you get a bunch of buildings. So yeah, so just probably could have left it. This E-Drag doesn't actually get it because there's a Seeking Air Mine there. So I probably should have sent a Coco Loon in before. And I end up having to send another E-Drag. But even though I wasted like 3 E-Drags here, because of the chain I was able to get outside the perimeter and with the heroes, you can get 50% pretty easily. Barely got it. Then right here, you want to be sure you end with your heroes and with the blimp, like I said, because you don't want to be getting that CC pool. The headhunters, if you get them pulled out really early, can hurt your blimp. They can slow down your blimp, which is a huge problem. So just make sure make sure you watch your blimp. Get those barbarians in that Eternal Tome because they can do a lot of damage. And yeah, this one honestly too, this one probably didn't even need a blimp, but it's a safer bet to just bring the blimp. Yeah, this don't really need a poison because queen wasn't gonna get much value after this anyway. Unless if you are doing a queen charge, it's probably better to bring a poison. But with the E-drags, you really don't. You really don't need to. Yeah, here I kind of did a hybrid with the queen charge and the E-drag. It's really up to you. I think it's better to just focus on one to have either the E-drags or with the baby drags. But here you see this one can get sniped with the E-drag, and this one can get sniped too. But I kind of didn't do that one. So I brought two E-drags to snipe it. This one can't be sniped because there's two tiles here, and neither can this one because there's two tiles. Wait, actually, yeah, this one has two tiles. So both of these can't be sniped. So if you put your E-drag here, that's not gonna work, and you're probably gonna fail. So just make sure you count the tiles between the air defenses to make sure you can snipe them. So yeah, that one actually had a Tesla, so it didn't break. But it still got a lot of value here. So 77% per E-drag is really good. You're bringing like 7 or so. So if you can get like 2 chains off your E-drag and destroy those buildings, it's really ideal. And I kind of decided I was kind of just winging this, so I decided to start my queen charge over here, get her on the perimeter over here or so, and then maybe I'm gonna use the king for the eagle at the end. See, I use the baby jack to funnel her, make sure she doesn't go downwards, and then make sure you place your healers as far away as you can so it doesn't get shot right here. And then here is the ground expo and the scatter shot, so you have to be careful. If she was gonna walk in here, she probably would have died. So that's why I made sure I left these here and didn't use a baby drag here to funnel her. So I did not want her going in there. And I just kind of, the E-drag wasn't really meant for this, but I kind of just used this supporter to get that pressure off of her. And yeah, the healers got targeted here, so as soon as your healers get targeted, you should really just right away use your freezes to protect them. And if you're doing the queen charge, it's always good. I think it's always good to bring a invisibility. You can redirect them if they don't go the right way by covering buildings, but you can also like save them right there. There's a lot going on. And then I see the queen kind of just died, so I started with the other baby drags. They didn't really get too much value here, but in here you can see the warden has a long range. So if you're desperate, like I was right here, you can use him to snipe off buildings. And here I'm just using the warden here because I'm going to blimp the town hall and use the tome. Yeah, I just added the baby drag in there to maximize on that ability. Yeah, at this point the warden's just going to commit suicide. Yeah, the baby drags. Even if there's like, pretty sure even if there's builders on it, 8 sneaky goblins is enough to take it down. As long as there's no crazy traps or anything. So, yeah, this was pretty good. Pretty good, yeah. Anyone have questions? I tend to like the Electro Dragons more. I have more success with them. Queen charging can be hard, so there's a lot to keep in mind when you're queen charging to keep your queen alive, because if your queen dies, a lot of times you're not going to be able to get that 50%. So the E-drags, I find, are more reliable but it really does depend on the base. If you can't get those chains into the air defenses, then you should go with the baby drags. Yeah, and if you can put your FC up again, I'll hit a 13, which is more of a situation that you'll be doing in Clan War League. But yeah, if you guys have questions or anything. And yeah, with a lot of my bases now tend to counter the flame finger getting the town hall. But if you find it so that you can actually get the flame finger to hit the town hall without getting hit by like the ground expos or like mortars and stuff, then you actually can just use a flame finger instead of a blimp, and that can get a lot more percentage. And make sure when you do use a flame finger that you're starting off with the flame finger, because you want to maximize that time. All right, so let's hit this. So yeah, these are probably the hardest ones to hit when you're sniping, are the centralized town halls. So yeah, here, these air defenses are on the outside, but I'm not gonna be able to chain this. This one you can actually chain here, and so can you with this one. But there's not a lot of chain value. Other than that, it's gonna bounce around here, and it's not gonna go deeper into the base. So we can actually queen charge this one. And then we have two sweepers blowing here, so we'll probably just send it down the middle, I think, the blimp. You definitely don't want to send the blimp in from this way or from this way, because yeah, that sweeper's going to be pushing back a lot, and there's likely a lot of chance that there's traps here, all this open space. So let's see. The eagle is here, so we can actually get the eagle down, which would be great. But there is a single here, so and it's going to pull the CC. Might just start my queen over here and get these defenses over here, and then make her end around the eagle. And then we can use our king and our warden over here and try to push the blimp all the way to the town hall. We'll go from here, actually. We'll just make everything come together. It's best to have your troops come together to maximize it. All right, let's change this. So 5 healers. I like to bring 4 cocoa loons. Yeah. You can bring archers and stuff to snipe off buildings. Here, I'll actually do it. To get a low percentage. Bring that. This. Alright. So let's see. So archer can snipe off these ones right here, actually. So let's get some archers down. I don't want to mess too much over here because that's where I want the queen to be charging. Let's just put these down here. Start off early with that queen. Drop your loon. Make sure your healer's not going to get hit. And because the air defense is over here, we're actually going to place that right there like that. Some more down here. Let's see if she goes the right way. It's a little iffy. And make sure you're dropping cocoa loons to make sure, especially in these areas like right here where it's open. You want to make sure. Okay, that spider's going to target her. Oh, you're so strong. Let's put that. It's best when you put the rage down to put that cocoa loon in because it gets a lot more range. Ooh, partial CC pull there. Let's rage that up. We could just start this right here. So I'm gonna save this last balloon actually for the town hall. Gosh, that's not good. So yeah, I probably should have brought a poison, but let's actually freeze these guys. Okay, this is not good. Let's start these guys off here. Yeah, it's kind of just place your guys around. Okay, queen is still alive. That's good. We're going to hold on to that king's ability for the blimp. And I'm going to save these last 2 freezes for the blimp as well. More percentage. Alright, I think we're good. Let's send it. Start that right there. We're going to watch the shadow of the blimp, because that's when you know. Alright, let's bounce it. Freeze those. Boom. You don't have to worry about it. We can rage it up, actually, since we have a rage left over, but it would have been taken down anyway. Now we got 50%, so there really isn't a lot of percentage you can get left, but once you get that 2 stars, that's really all you need. So yeah, this was how you would baby drag. You could have done a hybrid thing with the E-drags, but there really wasn't a lot of value between these air defenses here, and there's not a lot of chain value. So that's, yeah, probably should better off using this. All right. Yeah. Any questions? And yeah, if you're a Town Hall 10, you don't have E-Drags, so just go with the baby drags. But yeah, once you unlock those E-Drags, I think it's best to try to use them if the base has a lot of chain value. Anyone want to practice some hits on here or something? Or not? Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, the tighter bases have a lot of good chain value, so um, it is best when you're sniping to like tactically place your E-Drags and not just spam them out. But honestly, with the compact bases, you can probably spam it and you'll still get 2 stars. But it's good practice to, uh, you know, target. Target defenses.
Come on, Menace. Keep your yard clean. Keep your yard clean.
If anyone has any compact bases, you're free to join. Or if you have a base that you want to see get sniped, you can come to EL and I can try to snipe it for you. A lot of times, like these are the I think they're the anti 3 stars. I think that's what these are called. But yeah, these ones tend to be easier to snipe because the town hall isn't centralized. Um, this one, if you wanted to, you could have actually brought a flinger. A flame finger, if you wanted. Just have to be careful that that expo wouldn't hit and that you distract this mortar. Because if that got a few hits off, it probably wouldn't have had enough to take the town hall down. But it is safer to use the blimp. So unless you're comfortable using the flame finger, it's just best to use the blimp. Oh dang, we lost someone.
I know for me, when I was an 11 or 12 hitting up, I always like zapping out the eagle. I always thought that because then I could like take my time dropping my baby dragons and stuff like that.
Right. You can actually zap out when you're queen charging. You can actually zap out the air defenses too if you want. Um, I I find it so that the rages are better, but it's really preference. If whatever works with you when you're comfortable with. There really isn't one method of sniping. It's very versatile. So yeah, it's whatever works for you. Yeah, I don't think I have a compact one. Santa. And if you want to get creative, you can even skelly donut the eagle uh, with the CC, but I wouldn't recommend doing that because there's a risk of failing. Here, we can try it. I actually wouldn't do that because you don't have spells to support your queen charge or your E-drag, so don't do that. But yeah, I think that's about it. Unless you guys have bases you want to see get hit. That's about it. Just make sure when you're chaining, if you're using E-drags, that it chains onto the air defense. Because if it doesn't, then you won't be able to get a lot of percentage. Leadership in, yeah. Oh, shoot. Yeah, all right. Okay, yeah, no problem. Thanks, you guys, for joining. I will be doing a Skelly Donut in Clan War League before or during, so keep your eyes open for that. That's really, yeah, especially those of you guys who like Blitz Lalo and stuff, because it's basically the same thing.
Sounds good.